and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's aim for 500 likes and subscribes on this video. As global politics, safety concerns, and diplomatic relations evolve, so do travel restrictions. Whether due to strained political ties, safety advisories, or new visa regulations, these countries have become no-go zones for UK passport holders. Let's explore the top 10 countries where UK citizens can no longer visit in 2024, counting down from number 10, Afghanistan, once a popular destination for adventurers and history enthusiasts, has become one of the most dangerous places for UK citizens in 2024. The Taliban's return to power has led to severe instability, with reports of violence and terrorism increasing daily. The UK government has issued a strong advisory against all travel to Afghanistan, citing the risk of kidnappings, bombings, and other forms of violence. British nationals who remain in the country are urged to leave immediately, as consular support is extremely limited. The situation in Afghanistan has deteriorated so rapidly that even humanitarian workers and journalists face extreme danger. The country's infrastructure is in ruins, with many regions entirely inaccessible. Additionally, the Taliban's strict interpretation of Islamic law poses significant risks, particularly for women and minorities. Despite international efforts to stabilize the region, Afghanistan remains a high-risk area with no signs of improvement in the near future. The rise in insurgent activity, combined with the lack of government control, has made the country one of the most volatile in the world. The UK Foreign Office reports that the number of attacks targeting foreign nationals has increased by over 50% since 2023. This alarming trend has led to Afghanistan being placed at the top of the UK's Do Not Travel list. For those who might still consider traveling to Afghanistan, the risks far outweigh any potential benefits. The deteriorating security situation, combined with the lack of basic services, makes it nearly impossible to travel safely within the country. Even in areas that were previously considered safe, the threat of violence is omnipresent. The future of Afghanistan remains uncertain, but for now, it is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous places for UK citizens to visit. Myanmar, once a destination known for its rich cultural heritage and breathtaking landscapes, has become increasingly hostile towards UK citizens. The military coup in 2021 plunged the country into chaos, leading to widespread protests, violence, and human rights abuses. In 2024, the situation has only worsened, with the UK government advising against all but essential travel to Myanmar. The military junta's brutal crackdown on dissent has resulted in thousands of deaths and the arbitrary detention of foreign nationals. The risk of being caught up in the violence or being wrongfully detained is high, making Myanmar a no-go zone for UK travelers. The country's once thriving tourism industry has collapsed, with many popular destinations now off-limits. Additionally, the lack of reliable infrastructure and the ongoing conflict between the military and ethnic armed groups have made travel within the country extremely dangerous. The UK Foreign Office warns that even areas previously considered safe, such as Yangon and Mandalay, are now at risk of sudden violence. Furthermore, the junta's strict control over the internet and communication networks means that staying in touch with family and friends while in Myanmar is nearly impossible. The risk of arrest for simply expressing an opinion or carrying certain electronic devices is another significant concern for UK citizens. Despite the international community's condemnation of the coup, the situation in Myanmar shows no signs of improving. The junta's continued grip on power, combined with the ongoing civil unrest, makes it one of the most dangerous places for UK citizens in 2024. For those considering travel to Myanmar, the risks are simply too great. The possibility of getting caught up in the violence, combined with the lack of consular support, makes it a destination to avoid at all costs. The future of Myanmar remains uncertain, but until there is a significant change in the political landscape, it will remain off-limits for UK citizens. Syria, a country once known for its rich history and cultural landmarks, has been embroiled in a brutal civil war since 2011. In 2024, the situation remains dire, with the UK government advising against all travel to Syria due to the high risk of terrorism, kidnapping, and military conflict. The ongoing violence has left much of the country in ruins, with entire cities reduced to rubble. The threat of terrorist attacks is ever present, with groups like ISIS and other extremist factions still operating in the region. UK citizens who travel to Syria face the very real risk of being targeted by these groups, either for ransom or as a means of propaganda. The humanitarian crisis in Syria is also one of the worst in the world, with millions of people displaced and living in desperate conditions. The lack of basic services, such as healthcare and clean water, further exacerbates the dangers of traveling to Syria. The UK Foreign Office reports that even experienced aid workers and journalists are at extreme risk when operating in the country. The Syrian government's tight control over certain areas, combined with the ongoing conflict, makes it nearly impossible to navigate the country safely. For those who might still consider traveling to Syria, the risks far outweigh any potential benefits. The situation on the ground is unpredictable, with violence breaking out in even the most unexpected places. Additionally, the lack of diplomatic relations between the UK and Syria means that consular support is virtually non-existent. The Syrian government has also been known to detain foreign nationals on suspicion of espionage, further increasing the risks for UK citizens. Despite the efforts of the international community to bring peace to Syria, the conflict shows no signs of abating. The future of the country remains uncertain, but for now, it is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous places for UK citizens to visit.